The excuse of you can't find a buyer is not an excuse. You're just not finding the buyer. These buildings do sell out. Show me a tower in the last 10 years that's empty.
You're watching the Hersh Condos digital experience. And here's your host, Mitch Parker.
Welcome to episode 23 of the Hersh Condos digital experience. I'm your host, Mitch Parker, and in today's episode, I sit down with super broker Joe Rea to see what he's up to during this downtime. Hey everybody, we're sitting here working from home. I'm with one of our amazing agents, Joe Rea. Joe, thank you so much for being here today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thank you to the Hersh team also. We've been great partners and great supporters of my business, and I look to keep working with you guys for sure. But thank you for having me.
Awesome. So why don't we open up by just letting everybody know who you are, how long you've been in the business, things like that about yourself.
Great. So like I said, like Mitch introduced me, I'm Joe Rea from the by Jesse and Joe Realtor Group. Been in business for 12 years now. We run a very great team. We finished top 29 in the country last year for all roll-up pages. So we're quite proud of that. So it's me and my partner, Jesse, and we have 10 amazing agents that work with us as well as partners. I also run some pre-construction brands, the condobrokers.com and vondos.com for my Vaughn specific projects. It's been great so far. We hope it continues, but definitely uncharted waters right now.
Yeah, so let's discuss that and talk about it head on. Like, how are you dealing with that right now? What's it doing to your business? How's it changing things?
Definitely handling it a lot differently. It's not business as usual. Typically, you would take a client out for showings and go see some properties and gallivant. Now people are really conscious, and we have to be really careful what we do. So I'm suggesting to my buyers, because the business is still moving. Don't get me wrong. Whatever you're seeing on the news, real estate's still going strong. It's not crazy, but deals are still happening every day. I have buyers that have already sold in the last 2-3 months and have not yet purchased. So obviously there's a need for them to get into a new home, as their houses will be closing in the next 30, 60, 90 days. So buyers still need to find houses. So if you still have, I wouldn't suggest, a lot of sellers say, is it the right time to sell? It's the right time to sell if it's the right time to sell for you. So back to buyers who need to find houses, we're just conducting business a lot differently now. We're going out with gloves and masks. What I'm doing now when I'm personally taking out buyers for showings is, first, we're screening their properties online. So it's very important to have great pictures, great virtual tours and stuff like that. And I really ask my clients, you know what, it's not like let's go see every house available. Let's be really selective on something. Does this meet a lot of your criteria? Does this check off a lot of boxes of what you're looking for in a home? Because there's no point putting anyone at risk, the seller or ourselves, looking at houses just for the sake of going to look at houses.
I think you hit it on the head there. It's all about first impressions now.
Oh, absolutely. It's true. You hear 95, 97% of buyers are browsing online. Back when Jesse and I first started, we would go on MLS every morning and pull 5-6 new listings and call our clients up and say, hey, we're going to check out these houses. Nowadays, clients are screenshotting virtual tours or what they're finding on their phone, sending it to us. Hey, we want to go see this property. So it's definitely shifted a lot. So I can't stress enough the importance of having good virtual tours and pictures and stuff like that. So for our business ourselves, we use iGuide technology. That's i.guide. If you want to check them out on Instagram at GoIGuide. And it's a great experience. Stallone Media does all our virtual tours and iGuides. And with the iGuide technology, you get a 360 by 360. So it's not just a typical video walkthrough we're all pretty common to and numb to. You can actually pan up, down, left, right, walk room to room, walk through the whole house in a 360 by 360 virtual tour. Nowadays, with people being very scared about having a lot of showings in their house, having a lot of strangers in their house, my sellers are really comfortable.
That's amazing. No, it is. It's incredible what you can do. And now switching gears to the pre-construction side, what changes have you seen with that side of the industry?
Projects that are already on the go, we're still selling. Obviously, our sales centers are not open house format where we can just walk in. We're doing a lot of online selling and by appointment only selling, because obviously we're practicing safe social distancing and really being conscious about how many people we bring into a sales center and stuff like that. Developers are being very great about it as well and lenient. So it's definitely more of an online sell. But it's still strong. I mean, people still, this hasn't affected everybody. A lot of people still are working. A lot of people have different needs, whether their kids are going off to school in downtown Toronto and you know what, I don't want my child renting. I might as well buy a place because we will get out of this eventually. That you can't, like, the sky is not falling. The world's going to end, right? I mean, this is a hiccup and it is very serious for sure. But people have long-term plans, right? I mean, if you look at these projects, and I'm explaining to my clients, you're not making a purchase, whereas resale, this is a 60, 90-day experience. I mean, pre-construction, your project's not finished till 2023, 24, 25. By then, this COVID-19 will be a bad nightmare and a distant memory for sure.
Agreed.
And Canada's structure, infrastructure, and our banking systems and government policy and stuff like that, we're going to rebound pretty quickly. I don't know when. No one has a crystal ball for sure. But by the time these projects are complete, I mean, I'm pretty confident that we would have bounced back pretty well. We're all working together, ourselves as the frontline realtor, working with great marketing groups like Hersh Condos and developers that they work for. I found we're all working together to make this happen. Like I said, it's unprecedented. There's no exactly. We don't say, well, last time we did this, and it worked. We're all guessing right now and trying to make the best of it.
Now is a time where the great salespeople are really separated from the average or not so great ones.
In times like this, in times of pandemic, or in times of when things are not going so well, the public, the buyers are going to turn to professionals, are going to look for comfort in people that have proven systems to get them through that. They're not going to take a chance with the realtor that's unsure themselves. They want to go to someone that's confident in what they're saying and can get them through this crisis that we're all going through for sure.
And like, if maybe you're like a newer salesperson, this is, or someone who just like should pick up a book and brush off and work on their skills, like now's a great time to do it. I mean, you can test your new theories, you can work on things, you can read your book, you can take like countless online courses. Like there's nothing else going on, right?
Nothing else going on. And funny enough, I've been licensed 12 years. So me and Jesse got licensed in 2007, end of 2007. And 2008 is when the US financial crisis happened. So, I mean, we didn't get affected too much in Canada, but geez, I mean, just back then, it was hard to sell a house. I mean, it wasn't quick. I mean, it was 90 days, 120 days on the market. People were not buying like crazy. So what that taught me is, because eventually the market did pick up. I mean, once we got to 2010, 11, 12, 13, when it really started going, struggling through the harder times, those that were able to keep the business rolling and not give up and not quit, if you're able to make money when it's harder to sell, it's very easy to make money and sell when it's easy to sell. So like you said, now at times when there's nothing going on, I encourage new agents to really hone their skills, take extra courses. There's a lot of, nowadays, there's so much online content. I mean, when I got my license, our textbook was this thick. There was no online. I mean,
yes,
you had to.
Same with me, yeah.
So nowadays, there's so much resources online. Definitely, I do real estate coaching. I do recommend to agents getting real estate coaching. Find a mentor because they've been through this for sure. I mean, Tom Ferry is my real estate coach, and I love his methods and stuff like that. And it's learn. I can't stress enough. And as a new agent right now, if I can make any advice for them, is build up a database. What I say to sales are, you need a database. You need an audience. And realtors is, guys, in my whole career, most projects have sold out. It's not the excuse of you can't find a buyer is not an excuse. You're just not finding the buyer. These buildings do sell out. It's not, show me a tower in the last 10 years that's empty. Show me a tower that didn't sell. Show me one. There isn't one.
There's not. Yeah, they don't exist. Yeah.
And we still have a shortage of supply and still huge demand. So kid you not, I mean, people should still be buying investments. So as a new agent, back to what I'm saying, it's all about numbers. It's a numbers game. Talking to 3 people is not likely to do you a deal. It might, if you're really good and you're really good conversion rate, like I'm pretty good at converting, but I'm not going to convert 3 for 3.
You're also not going to rely on just having 3 people in your database. Like you'd rather have 3,000 or 30,000 or whatever, because if you're a good salesperson, that just means your numbers are going to be off the charts.
Exactly. Now, look, for example, Charisma 2 was a project we worked together on. Charisma 2 was in Vaughan, built by Green Park, great builder. And you presented the project to us and we went on and sell. So, I mean, I built up a database, and I had probably, I would say 2,000 leads.
Wow.
2,000 leads for that project. 2,000 leads brought probably, I think around 2,000 leads brought 250 people to my seminar, my presentation. So 2,000 leads turned into 250 people that showed up to my seminar. 250 people that showed up to my seminar converted me to 80 worksheets. 80 worksheets turned into, I think I did probably 15 deals.
So, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Something like that, right? So to just look at that. I mean, you want to do a deal, 2,000 leads turned into 250 people making an effort to come see me at my office. 250 people turned into only 80 people filling out worksheets. The 80 people that filled out a worksheet which is an intent to purchase,
right?
Only less than 25% of those people actually purchased. Yeah. So it's a numbers game for sure. If you want to sell pre-construction on high volume, you have to build up your database. I didn't reinvent the wheel. I didn't reinvent the wheel at all. My wheel is a little bit more polished than some, and it rolls a lot smoother. I just follow proven systems and I just execute well.
It's interesting you say that, because I think if I look at our best performing brokers and agents, their one quality that sets them apart from the other agents, I think is they call me pretty often and they say, Mitch, what's going on? Like what's coming up in the next 30, 60, 90, 120 days?
You know your phone's going to blow up right now, right? Everyone's going to start calling you every day. Hey, Mitch, what's coming up?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
No, it's
yeah. We you know, the other thing too is you mentioned database a lot. We put together this like really good guide, and it's like 10 or 11 free ways to grow your database. And it's simple stuff, because I don't think you need to get complicated with any of this. It's simple things that most people don't do that could really take you from, if you know 1,000 people and you can leverage that and go to 5,000 people, you know, you should technically make 5 times as many sales. I mean, if not more, because you're going to get better at the messaging that you put out to each person. How are you balancing that like work life now that you're doing it from home? Has it been a challenge? Is there things that advice you can give?
So I get to my emails usually from 8 o'clock till 10:30. I'll get through all my work, send off the emails I need to send off as well. And then it's class and session. So I'll spend about an hour and a half to 2 hours with my daughter doing homework. And I break it up because, I mean, they're restless too. So till about noon, we do homeschooling, and I go through her spelling assignments, her math questions, stuff like that. Then we'll break for a quick lunch. And then I'll go outside with her for an hour. So this is really great because I'm getting fat right now, eating like shit. Our gym's closed, so I can't go to the gym. And then like the phones are nonstop ringing. We have a lot of buyers and sellers that have a lot of questions for sure. So I can't wait to see you in person, have another coffee and powwow, and I'd love to pick your brain again. And let's do this more often.
For sure. Amazing. Appreciate it. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Mitch. Thanks, Hersh Condo. See you guys soon.
Thanks for watching the Hersh Condos digital experience. Stay tuned for more exciting content, subscribe to our channel, and make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms.